Morehead State head coach Sean Woods. Coach, if you start us out with an opening statement.
Well, it's hard beating a team 3 times, as you can see. And I thought they were prepared for everything we threw at them. We didn't shoot the ball as well as we wanted to. We shot it better in the second half and actually made a run, but we just couldn't sustain. But I'm proud of my guys for this year, the resiliency and the toughness that they gave throughout the season, and the way to end on a tough note. But the future's looking bright at Morehead State University, and it's going to be predicated on these 2 guys that sit next to me to continue to lead the way. But tip my hat off to Tennessee State. They finally got it right on the 3rd time against us, and they deserve to win tonight.
Questions?
Coach, what was the biggest difference from tonight compared to the first 2 meetings?
We made shots. I mean, in the first 2 meetings, we didn't make as many as we did the last 2 times, and you know, they're prepared for us. You know, but the last 2 times we played against them, we were hot, and tonight we just didn't shoot the ball as well as we as we did the first 2 times we played. That was one of the deals, because as you can see, we still out-rebounded them. We still have 17 offensive rebounds, so we still did the things that we normally do against any team in the OVC. We just didn't put the ball in the basket.
Was Tennessee State more aggressive than the last?
I thought they were. I thought they were. You know what I mean? But when you're not making shots, you can't get into your pressure. You know, then we're chasing. And they did a good job of making us pay while we were chasing.
You talk about that stretch. You guys cut it down to 3, and then I think Jay Harris, number 5, was kind of the thorn in the side.
Well, you know, that they show resiliency. You know, they did what we did to them twice. You know, they made a run at us both times when we had 20-point leads. And, you know, they stayed the course this time, just like we did the first 2 times.
Coach, don't get you in trouble, but it seems like you want you happy with the officiating tonight. Yeah, the look says it all.
Next question.
Drew, can you kind of talk about just their balance and how tough they are to defend?
They're a nightmare to match up with defensively. You know, Robert Covington, I mean, he's one of the, in my opinion, he's one of the better scorers in the conference. You know, Kellen Thornton, an elite post player in this league. And then you got Patrick Miller, who's one of the better players in the league. You know, they're just all around tough team. You know, they're very versatile at every position. I thought we did a decent job defending tonight. They were hot tonight, hitting shots. And like Coach said, we were cold from the field. But you know, all credit to them. They deserve it.
Angelo, when you cut it to 3, did you feel, based off the success early in the season, that you were right where you needed to be at that point?
Well, yeah. Coming into this game, I mean, we all had the same mindset coming into all the other games that we had. It just cut it to 3, and it just, I don't know, we just had a little mishap here and there, and they went up, and we just tried to cut it back again, but they just stayed hot, and we just wanted to make shots. So.
Drew, was this game kind of a homecoming for you? How much do you like playing kind of in your own backyard?
I wouldn't say homecoming. I played in Nashville, you know, at least 3 times this season. I mean, it's nice, you know, family's here, but it's just another road game. You can't treat it any different than if you're playing at Jacksonville State. You know, you got to go in the same mindset of every game.
Sean talked about this season, because the first one's always the toughest. What's your outlook going into next year?
Well, you know, my outlook is great going into next year. You know, it's tough when you're changing the culture, the style of play. Same way when I took over Mississippi Valley, just, you know, the speed of the game, the man-to-man defense. You know, last year the guys were returning, they played mostly zone. So it was a learning process throughout the year, and we're starting to get it. And that's why we're playing so well the last part of, you know, the season. But I'm proud of these guys for sticking with it, and the future does look bright with us, especially with these 2 guys coming back.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how each of these 2 has improved their game from the start of the season to now?
Well, Angelo is a much more polished guard now. You know, he's just not a shooter. You know, he's got, you know, he knows how to make plays under duress in our downhill dribble drive offense. And Drew has become, you know, I made him do some things that he's never done before, because he's traditionally a post player or a pick and pop. But he had to put the ball on the floor too, at the 4 spot, so his skill level has risen also. So now I can recruit the guys that really fits my system, and along with these guys who know it now, because you know when you take over a job, nobody wants to take the role of a leader because everybody's still learning. You know, now I can have better leadership next year because they know exactly what to expect, and they can teach the new guys who are more talented that we're bringing in to go along with them.
Can you talk about Devon and Milton this year, being seniors, having accepted a new role with you coming in as a new coach? Can you talk about what they meant to this team and what they meant for Angelo and Drew going forward?
Well, I mean, I told them, you know, a couple weeks ago that they're the trailblazers. You know, they're the people who like the lawnmower, who laid the path for what's to come at Morehead State. And I mean, I tell you what, Devon Atkinson may be the most improved basketball player I've ever coached. I've gotten more out of him than any basketball player I've ever coached, bar none. I mean, he's given me everything, and he played totally over his head and without any excuses. You know, I pushed him and made him do things that he didn't think he could do, and he didn't understand why. But as you can see, he's the reason why we've had success. When we've played well, he's played well, and he became one of the better point guards. As you can see, he led the league I think in assists, and that was the reason why we were having some success, because last year he played 5 minutes a game. I didn't even plan on him even being in the rotation, you know, and then I had to depend on him for 35 minutes. So I had to coach him as hard as I've ever coached a kid before in my life, especially at that position. And he withstood it, and that's the reason why we got this far as we did.
Maybe time for 2 more questions.
Drew, talk about looking ahead to next year, because that process starts now.
Well, we can't, for the guys that are coming back, we can't dwell on this long. We have to use it, I don't know, kind of as a fuel burner and stay hungry, because this loss hurts so bad, and you don't, you know, this is the 2nd year in a row that Tennessee State has me out of the tournament. Man, that's just, you know, it's heartbreaking, but you know, it starts whenever he calls for individual workouts. You know, spring training, spring weights. You got to take advantage of everything that you're given, and not take any days off.
Angelo, what about you? Same question.
Going back to what Drew said, you just gonna just take this loss as what it is, and we're gonna dwell on it as long as we can. But coming as next week, I'm gonna be in the gym as much as I can. Try to get my body back recovered. Me and some other guys gonna be in the gym, and just try to get everybody back on that same page as we was coming into this tournament.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, everybody.